start. The joint session of Parliament, which is being held during the time of the pandemic, has great significance. It is the beginning of a new year and a new decade. We will also be entering the 75th year of India's independence this year. All the members of Parliament present here today embody the conviction held by every Indian that the toughest of challenges will deter neither us nor you. Whenever India has remained united, it has been able to attain even seemingly unattainable goals. This solidarity is the inspiration that was given to us for the freedom from hundreds of years of colonial rule. Echoing the same spirit, Assam Kesari, the nationalist poet, said, very many things, that is, India's grandeur is the ultimate truth. In one single consciousness, one thought, one devotion, one inspiration, let us unite, is the fortitude given by the nationalist poet. This unity and dedication of Indians has enabled the country to overcome multiple adversities. Our country has faced every crisis with fortitude, be it the pandemic, floods, earthquakes, or major cyclones in several states, locust attack, or the bird flu. His vision for the development of self-reliant, carrying this idea forward, the government has been working relentlessly for multifaceted development of villages. Raising the standard of living of the villagers is a priority. This is the best exemplified by the 2 crore houses built for the poor families living in villages. The implementation of this scheme has also been expedited to ensure a pakka roof for every poor person. Under the scheme launched by the government, villagers are now acquiring legal rights over their property. With ownership rights, the villagers can now easily avail bank loans and housing loans against the collateral of their property, and economic activities are expected to gain momentum in the rural areas. Small entrepreneurs, people associated with cottage industries, and small farmers would be especially benefited under this scheme. Baba Saheb Ambedkar was not only the principal architect of the Indian Constitution but also guided the development of the country's water policy. During the conference in Cuttack, he said, water is wealth. Water being the wealth of the people and its distribution being uncertain, the correct approach is not to complain against nature but to conserve water. Drawing the inspiration, the government is working on the ambitious scheme of Jal Jeevan Mission. Besides delivering water to every household, work on water conservation is also progressing at a rapid pace. I am happy to say that under this scheme, 3 crore families have been connected with piped water supply, so that under this scheme, water connection is being provided on priority to brothers and sisters belonging to scheduled castes and scheduled tribes, as well as other deprived sections of the society, keeping in mind the requirements of the 21st century and with a view to improving the connectivity of our villages. The government has made commendable progress in expanding the network of rural roads. Under the Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana, construction of road network has been completed in rural areas of the country. In the third phase of the scheme, 1.25 lakh kilometer roads connecting the settlements, schools, markets, and hospitals in rural areas will also be upgraded. Along with roads, internet connectivity is equally important in the rural areas. After ensuring electrification of every village, the government is implementing a mission to connect over 6 lakh villages of the country through optical fiber. Our small scale industries, cottage industries, and micro, small, and medium entrepreneurs spread across the villages and small towns are the backbone of our economy. These small scale industries have immense potential of making India self reliant. This sector accounts for about 50% of India's total exports. Several steps have been taken to enhance the role of MSMEs in the mission aimed at developing an Atmanirbhar Bharat. Development of small and cottage industries has received the requisite impetus through measures like modification in the definition, increase in the investment limit, or priority in government procurement. Initiatives such as Emergency Credit Guarantee Scheme, Special Scheme for MSMEs in Distress, and Fund of Funds have benefited lakhs of small scale industries. Besides ushering in greater transparency, the GEM portal has facilitated increased participation of the MSMEs even in far flung and remote areas in government procurement. It is a constant endeavor of the government to ensure that benefits of entrepreneurs are availed by every section in the country. Under schemes like Hunar Hut, not only the skills of lakhs of craftspersons are being developed, but employment opportunities are also being generated. Under these schemes, women craftspersons comprise more than half of the beneficiaries. Women entrepreneurs have a vital role to play in building a self-reliant India. The government has taken several steps to provide new opportunities for self-employment to women. Under the Mudra scheme, more than 25 crore loans have been sanctioned so far, of which nearly 70% have been given to women entrepreneurs. Under Deen Dayal Antyodaya Yojana, Rashtriya Gramin Ajivika Mission, more than 7 crore women entrepreneurs have become a part of the network of self-help groups in the country. These women groups have been provided bank loans in the last 6 years. Keeping in mind the health concerns of working women in rural areas of the country, the government is implementing the Suvidha scheme, under which sanitary napkins are made available at a nominal cost. The government is relentlessly working towards protecting the health of infants and pregnant women through various initiatives like Rashtriya Poshan Abhiyan, free checkups, and financial assistance to pregnant women. As a result of this, the maternal mortality rate has declined. The under 5 child mortality rate has also reduced for the first time, which is less than the world average rate. The government considers it important to ensure equal participation by women. It is providing new opportunities to our sisters and daughters in various fields. My government has taken several decisions in this direction, such as appointing women in the fighter stream of the Indian Air Force and the military police for the first time, as well as allowing women to work in underground and open cast mines during the night shift.